And I'd like to tie together the letter X, which is the logo of XRP, and also Ripple. And we're just going to make a lot of connections here into the new financial system, the quantum financial system, fourth industrial revolution, and artificial intelligence, AI. So with that being said, today is Friday for Venus. The date, Gematria, would be written as such, 3/19/2021, reducing down to 18 using numerology. And we'll see how this number 18 also ties back into Venus. So for one, we have the letter X. And most of the presentation is going to be on X. X equaling 24. And when you take 2 plus 4, you get 6. And what's interesting about XXX, we've seen that in a lot of places. If we have the X being 2 plus 4 reducing down to 6, then X equals 666, right? And 666 adds up to 18. And 18 leads you to Venus, which is today. So this is a big connection between Venus and who's Venus? The goddess of love. And in order to create things, you need to make love. And all things are created out of all organic life forms are made of carbon, right? So where do we see the 666? That is carbon. Carbon is a chemical element. Its atomic number is 6, and its atomic weight is 12. We'll get to that in a minute. And it has 6 protons, 6 neutrons, and 6 electrons. That is life. And carbon-12 specifically, its atomic mass is exactly 12 daltons. And we could go ahead and type in dalton. And we're getting the 66 coming back to the 666. And if I type in 12 dalton, I get 24, which connects us back to X. Okay? Another thing is the logo of carbon, or the carbon symbol, would be C, which also brings us back to 24. So that's just a really quick decode showing you the significance of X, and we're going to really start breaking this down a little further. So, of course, the first letter in Ripple is R, and R comes back to 18, of course, which comes back to Venus. Hence why I dedicated today's video to XRP and decoding it a lot deeper. Okay, so the next one that I thought was really interesting was when you write XRP, you get 58. And the 58th prime equals 271. And if you go to Gematrinator and you type in XRP one world currency, you get 271, the 58th prime. XRP, the one world currency. 271, the 58th prime for XRP. I thought that was really interesting to see that connection, because a lot of you here have been heavily tethered to this idea of XRP becoming this one world currency in terms of the quantum financial system and fourth industrial revolution. So another thing I was thinking about was Ripple, and how Ripple's most pure cipher being 76. And whenever I think of 76, it always ties back to America, the independence for the United States of America from Britain on 1776. And then another thing it started opening up my mind to was the Philadelphia 76ers. And again, a lot of people don't know, but Philadelphia is the first capital of the United States of America. It's not Washington, D.C., it is Philadelphia. The founding fathers all being involved in Philadelphia. And one of the things that keeps coming back to me with the idea of the 76ers is their one of their most famous basketball players, who is Allen Iverson. Okay? And this is where things really start getting interesting. So, Allen Iverson had two nicknames, AI for the two first letters in his name, AI for Allen Iverson. But what else does AI make us think about, right? Artificial intelligence. And his other nickname was the Answer, as in AI is the answer. Artificial intelligence is the answer that moves us into this new paradigm. Okay? Another thing is his birthday is June 7th, which would be written 7-6, like the 76ers. Okay? Really interesting. So another thing that I noticed is some of these stats that he's getting. So how could we look deeper into this? So we see points. Oh, okay. So we have 24,000 points. 24 coming back to our connection with X. And you'll see how X plays a huge role in this artificial intelligence rollout that we're experiencing with the help of Elon Musk. So we have Allen Iverson scoring 24,000 career points with 3,300 rebounds, 33. And then you have 5,600 assists, which comes back to our 56 in Society of Jesus. And that connection happens over and over again, like Anthony Fauci being 56, Washington, D.C. being 56, etc. So we're getting some interesting stats, to say the least. We're getting the 24,000 points, which comes back to X. We're getting the 3,300 rebounds, which comes back to 33 or 33rd degree Mason. And then we're coming back to 5,600 assists, which connects to 56 Society of Jesus. And here's another really interesting thing. Iverson was born in Hampton, Virginia to a single 15-year-old mother, right? And the mother being Moon for Isis, 15, his 15-year-old mother, who gives birth to AI, artificial intelligence, the Answer, who ends up being born on the date numerology 7-6 to eventually play for the Philadelphia 76ers. This is all very interesting how it connects. So another thing where we start seeing the 24 is in things like Malcolm X, okay, with the connection of X. So if I type in Malcolm X, getting his name Malcolm, I'm going to plug that in here, and we get the 24, okay? It keeps showing up over and over again. And one of the things that's interesting about Philadelphia, in terms of the Philadelphia 76ers and Philadelphia being the home of the first capital of the United States, is Philadelphia is where the Prince Hall Masons are from, which is something that Kobe Bryant was a part of. And again, when we look at Kobe Bryant and his last number he wore, it was 24, which comes back to X, like Malcolm X. And then, of course, Kobe Bryant scored 33,000 points in his career. You can't make this stuff up. He was born in Philadelphia. It keeps coming back. And another thing was, look at his number he wore in high school, 33. And it comes back time and time again to these numbers because these guys are Masons and they are part of the Boule secret society. And I will go over that at another time. Of course, he was the 13th overall pick. You know, these numbers are repeating time and time and time again. He played for the Lost Angels Lakers. And here's where we could really make some deeper connections between these numbers, right? So you have who I believe is ushering in this idea of the artificial intelligence age, and he is the sock puppet of it. It would be Elon Musk, okay? And Elon Musk has a lot of notable projects, but one of the names of his projects is OpenAI, right? With 33, and I think that's really interesting how tied to all this artificial intelligence stuff this guy is, and how he seems to be the cover boy of all things AI moving into the fourth industrial revolution. Another thing he's a part of is his company Tesla, who invested $1.5 billion into Bitcoin. And of course, we're getting the 1.5 coming back to Moon. This guy's tied to so many things with 1.5. One of them being this eBay deal that PayPal bought eBay for. Happens time and time again. But anyways, let's get back to the X, right? So Elon Musk being connected to the letter X multiple times. He has SpaceX. He has the company that turned into PayPal, which was called X.com. And he even named his last child X. Let me see if I could quickly find it. Right here. In May 2018, X and Canadian musician Grimes revealed that they were dating, blah, 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 blah. And then he named his kid this ridiculous shit right here. And then eventually it just gets reduced down to X as the first name. He literally named his kid X. And of course, he resides in Los Angeles, right? Which plays a huge part of all of this. Tesla and SpaceX. And Texas, one of the state in which he's moving all of his operations to. And that's interesting because Texas is one of the few states with an X, if not maybe the only state with an X in it. But anyways, just to get back on track, one other thing that reminds me about OpenAI, which is one of his projects, right here, you can see OpenAI. It comes back to something someone sent me recently with OpenCoin. And I'll just quickly read through this. We OpenCoin are a project that started in 2007 to create an open source version of electronic cash system invented by David Com. It is about minting tokens that can be transferred to a non-traceable way. It is fast, and the users have full flexibility of how to do the transfer. And it says, we have nothing to do with OpenCoin Inc., a new company that is developing the Ripple network. Unfortunately, they decided in 2012 to name their company the same as our project. That creates a bit of confusion as we are both about electronic transfers. So if you want open source digital cash, opencoin.org, blah, 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 is the place to be. If you want an account-based system like Ripple Network, it is not. The company behind Ripple has changed. It's now Ripple Labs. And not only that, they also transferred the opencoin.com domain to us. So Ripple, which became Ripple Labs, is tied to this OpenCoin, again, with OpenAI. Really interesting stuff, because with OpenAI, you're getting the 33, and that's connecting this all together. Another thing I think is really interesting about Elon Musk is this The Boring Company, right? So when we type in The Boring Company, it comes back to the 76, right? And the 76 coming back to Ripple. And remember, Elon Musk or Tesla just came out with that SEC thing mentioning that they're going to accept Bitcoin for Teslas. So, of course, Ripple's eventually going to be a part of this. The ties are incredible. So, I did want to just give a quick overview of all these things and how Elon Musk tied to the letter X in so many ways. All of these things going on, coming back to 24. 24 is clearly a very important number to the people who are running this show, and it always just makes me think about the reverse being Jesuit. And I know that there's multiple tentacles running this. It's not just the Jesuits, like I've said in every single video. It is the Vatican through the Council in those areas of the world, in the European nations, which now have Switzerland helping them out with the World Economic Forum, United Nations, and all of their subsidiaries. You have the City of London, which is coming back to the Queen of England and many other things that are going on that branch back all the way to the Rosicrucians, and that gets turned into Masonry as we know it in Munich, Germany, which comes to America, to Philadelphia, to create the Masonic lodges in the United States, and then basically invent the one world currency at the time, which was the US dollar note. And they have the mint in Philadelphia, which I think is really interesting and something that we will have to consider in another video. Mint with the 56, like Society of Jesus. So this is all coming together, and these numbers that are repeating time and time again are extremely compelling. And it'll be interesting to see how you guys respond to all of this content and see if you have anything else to add, because I do want to let everyone know that this is not the truth. This is my truths, and I'm just trying to figure out more like the rest of everyone out there who seeks truth. And it is very important that we don't take this stuff as gospel, because I'm just a guy on the internet. But with that being said, let's give a quick look into what's going on today in the charts. We see that Bitcoin has been on this channel before the start of the year, and this heart line has played a critical role in understanding how we hold support moving up to the top of the channel, or when we fall below the channel and lose our support to come back down to the bottom. So we came down across this trend line. When we finally broke out of it, we started to see once we can get above this trend line, we pumped up, but we didn't have enough steam to pump to the top. And again, I mentioned time and time again that we wouldn't be seeing these $63,000 to $72,000 prices until at least March 22nd. But my date that I was looking mostly for was April 5th, Satoshi Nakamoto's birthday, on the 54th year coming to an end. So, sorry, 45th year coming to an end. So that date is very special, and I believe that's the date Bitcoin will make a big move. And as Bitcoin makes big moves, everything else makes big moves. So I tend to focus on this most. Okay, so again, it's the weekend. Bitcoin can absolutely pump over the weekend and do one of these little fake outs again, and it could keep happening until the algorithm with numerology and Gematria bring it to the date it's supposed to get to, because that's exactly how this market operates. It does not matter about the bulls and the bears, and none of that matters. It's all about algorithms and AI. AI technology makes this market move the way that it does. And the human, the architect, the programmer are the Jesuits, the Vatican, Washington, D.C., and everyone who control the military, the financial system, and everything else that is in regards to the control of humanity. Those are the people who program the computers that make these moves happen. Okay, with XRP, again, we're just kind of ranging until we see daily closures above that 52-cent level. The odds are it's going to keep ranging. But I really like this strength that's being built in the high 40-cent level. That's really great. Again, our targets were starting as of yesterday, and they're going to keep going until mid-April. So this perfectly aligns with everything we're getting on Bitcoin as well. Another thing is Bitcoin dominance is down slightly, so we are seeing some of the altcoin plays have a really great day, one of which being CRO, a token that I mentioned in my mastermind yesterday. It's doing really, really well today. LBC is also doing incredible. So yeah, a lot of plays that we've been talking about in the mastermind are doing incredible, and we haven't even seen the alt season yet, so just wait till that comes around. But anyways, I'm gonna wrap this one up here. If you guys are interested in joining my mastermind course, it is still on sale till the end of the month. It's a really good deal, and after the end of the month, we will be increasing the price. And when this channel reaches 2,000 subscribers, we will be doing a giveaway of the mastermind course. So go ahead, share this content. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Let's get this video to 400 likes, and I will be doing a decode breakdown of XLM stellar lumens in the next one. Enjoy the rest of your day in the Matrix. Peace.